For me, philosophy is really about critical thinking. It's a way of thinking more in depth and trying to understand things and questioning them. The importance of asking questions, it's more fundamental than trying to rush into answering them.
For me, it's always been hard to find something I really liked. And I really like philosophy. So that's it.
For me, I think that coming here was very kind of inspiring in the sense that I studied continental philosophy and I kind of was stuck with it. But coming here changed my view of philosophy in a way that now I see it like more alive. And studying continental philosophy made me forget about this, and coming here, like I discovered again this thing. So it was, yeah, it really shaped my perspective about philosophy.
I think it confuses me in the first place. But I think that's a good thing, right?
I think for me it's just the increased workload in general and spend more time reading more text, but I think at the same time it's a rewarding thing. You're trying to get better at something.
We are an analytical department, and with theoretical and practical philosophers working quite closely together, many philosophers being interested in both areas.
In Konstanz, we have a few things that I think make us very specific in the German landscape, but perhaps also in the international landscape. So we are a fully analytic department, which in Germany is not that common. And I think that is really helpful because you can really go deep into the methodology that is there.
And that means that you really start thinking clearly. So you start to be able to argue for your ideas and to defend them in a way that is logical and coherent. And I think that's a valuable skill beyond academic philosophy, that you actually understand to what extent you're able to defend your ideas, not just have them.
It's a broad MA that we're offering, but it has its own distinctiveness at the same time. It's purely analytic and it's systematic. The MA seminars are supposed to be very close to research level, so that there you learn to read and interact with research texts and do independent philosophical research.
It's a comparatively intimate department in the sense of that it's pretty easy to get in touch with the teachers. They're not huge seminars, so usually the seminars are rather small, which allows for a lot of room for discussion.
The rewarding part is that I've never gotten bored. Ever since I've come here, I haven't had a single moment of yawning in class because, oh, this is so boring. It's always been keeping me on and curious and interested, and yeah, I can always look forward to something. It's not going to be the same. No class is the same.
If you like being challenged, because the academic discourse happening in Konstanz is challenging, to me at least. But if you like being challenged, then Konstanz is the right place for you.
If you want a change, if you want a place to go, and you like philosophy, and you want to put up the work, the discipline, I think this is a good place. This is a fertile ground. You have great professors who are really open. And you have a very nice town, a very nice atmosphere here, where you can grow.
It's a really excellent department. Each professor here, each person who will teach you does, I believe, excellent philosophy and is genuinely interested in it. No one is tapped out. We really want to talk to you about philosophy.
If you take up an MA degree in philosophy, I think you should be intellectually curious. You should be open and willing to read strange texts that present you with strange ideas and strange arguments that you've never encountered before. And you have to be willing to really get into them.
I think it happens sometimes that you encounter a text or an idea that helps you seeing a certain phenomena that you somehow know or think you know quite well from a very different perspective, and you somehow reconceptualize a whole field of thinking. And I find this very fulfilling and often also very surprising. I would say if you are really interested in philosophy, you should do it.
We are enormously happy for every person who applies because we enjoy getting people from different backgrounds, and that means both scientifically from where they're coming from, but also from international aspects, which country they're coming from, and these things. To come to Konstanz, I think it's an enrichment for the students who come in, but also for us and for the students who are here. I would encourage everybody to apply and come here and enjoy the, I think, nice and open atmosphere that we have at our institute.
I think it's a good option. I like the lake, but also I think the university is very good. Like, professors are very open to helping you, and I feel like it's a very open environment.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think there's more distance between the professor and the students in Belgium. And I really like that about it, because I remember our professor inviting us to a party in the first week, and I was completely stunned. So I guess I like that. And yeah, I think the university itself is like, I mean, the facilities and stuff are like way better than where I come from.
We have a great library. It's really big. You can find basically anything there, whether it's a movie or whether it's a book. We also have some like relicts, ancient relicts that you can borrow. I just recently learned about that.
And Konstanz is a small but really beautiful town, and you can study here, focus on the studying, but there's also lots to discover, especially in terms of nature, I would say, here in Konstanz, that might attract you.
It's not the biggest town, it's not a big city vibe here. It's like, yeah, it's still a bit local, but you also have the cultural advantages of a bigger city. And I really like that because, yeah, I mean, you can build up like a community here quite easily.
If you are undecided about the future, try an Erasmus mobility here in Konstanz. It's a perfect atmosphere and environment to see other possibilities in philosophy.
Just come to Konstanz because it gives you another perspective.
If you want to be a little bit challenged and you're looking for a certain quality in thinking that you feel like somewhere else it's brushed over, and you want to uphold certain standards of what it means to do a good job in terms of academic work, but also in terms of preparing yourself for whatever career you want to follow, I think philosophical investigation here, it's a good starting point.
If you had to pick a song that captures the spirit of a song, that captures the spirit of philosophy, of analytic philosophy. Yeah. What's their name? Daft Punk. It's analytic philosophy.
Spirit of philosophy. That I don't know, but there is a song that very often comes to mind when I'm thinking about philosophy, and that's a song called "Never Be Clever." That's how I feel usually when I'm trying to work on philosophical points.
It's not a song per se, but it's a classical piece of music from a contemporary composer. His name is Avo Pärt, and the song is called Fratres. And this is mainly when I think about something new, like a new thought that I have or a new question that I approach, then it's kind of this whole excited feeling of approaching something. And then it has these really kind of stillness and calmness periods. And this is when, when you resolved it. This is, wow, that is the thing that I wanted to have.
The only thing that came to my mind is the life of Brian and the song "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life." I mean, the song itself is not too philosophical, but quite a bit, and the whole movie is quite philosophical, apart from being very funny.
There's one song by The Folds called Sahara something. What is it? Spanish Sahara, I think. That for some reason came to mind. I can't really explain why, but it did.